All right, good job. You've made it this far and you've learned a good deal about arrays. Now, we can talk about arrays for a long time. There's still a whole lot to learn, but these are the most important things that you need to know in order to get started with JavaScript and arrays. So let's review. An array is simply a list of things. So if I say var people equals, and then I'm going to add square brackets. And inside here, I can type anything I want, but I want this to be specifically people, so I'm going to add some names, Bob and Sarah and Carl, and I can put anybody in here. I can get the length of my array by saying people.length. And there are 4 items in my array. It's going to count them. But if I want to get something out of an array, I need to use square brackets. So I'll say console.log, and I'll say people, and let's say that I want to get my name out of the array. I want to return my name to me. I want to say people, and then immediately after the variable name, I'm going to do square brackets, and I'm going to give it the number of the location of where that item is located. And remember, arrays start counting at 0. So I'm going to say 0, 1, 2, 3, and my name is in the 0th position. So I'll say 0. If I wanted to get the name Carl, I would type in 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So this will print out 4, Tanner, Carl. The next thing is, if I want to add someone to my array, I will say people.push. And this is called a method, and it's an action. So I'm going to do something to my array. And I'm going to say, here I'll add another name, and I'll say Betty. I don't know who Betty is, but she's being added to my array. So now I'm going to console log the updated array. Console log people. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. And look, it's 4 long. We have Tanner and Carl, and now Betty is part of our array as well. And look, the length has changed as well. We can look at the length again. And now we see that the length has updated from 4 to 5. And lastly, let's cut someone out of the array. Let's say that now we want to remove Tanner. I'll remove myself from the array. I'm going to use the splice method. So I'm going to type the name of the array, people. I'm going to say dot splice, and then remember this takes 2 parameters. This takes 2. I have to give this 2 pieces of data: where I want to start, and then where I want to start, and then how many I want to cut out. So I'm cutting out my own name. So I'm going to say 0, since Tanner is in the 0th position, and then I only want to remove 1 item. Now you look here. Well, even though I added Betty to this, I'm going to console log the array again, and even though we never see the name Betty actually get added to this code, inside the computer, it's keeping track of all of the changes. And the only way to really keep that data and make it stay somewhere is to put it in a database. So we're not going to worry about that, but you can just know that even though I added Betty and then I'm cutting my name out, it's actually going to show Bob, Sarah, Carl, and then Betty. Bob, Sarah, Carl, and Betty. So length is how you see how long an array is. If you want to show specific information from an array, we use square brackets and the position where it's located inside of that list. Dot push and parentheses will add something to an array. And dot splice, and I should add a semicolon there, and dot splice and then 2 numbers will cut things out.